52 degrees, and the barometer is beginning to go the other direction. After several days of high barometer chill, the barometer is now falling, and we are getting into warm air advection. That is, we're transitioning out of 6 days of very cold air. Actually, today's the first day in 6 without record cold, into a much warmer weather wave. You know how I always talk about the weather works in waves, and there's a dramatic example of it right there. You see the waves in the sky. Differential advection. Differential means it's different up in the sky than it is down near the ground in the wind department. And advection means something is moving in, either warm or cold or moist or dry. And what's moving in is warm and more humid air. And there's a clash of the air masses this morning with thunderstorms in northern New England. I did not see this coming. Anyhow, let's rewind a little bit and do yesterday's weather today. Yesterday, we started off with blue sky. Here's the time lapse in Weymouth. Blue sky started to turn white. You can see the tide coming in and then going out. What's most interesting is the wind from the east. Yesterday, at midday, at 20 miles an hour. And then the wind gradually abated in Weymouth and came around from the southwest late. But in Cape Cod, here on Cape Cod, our wind picked up from the southwest, and it was gusting past 30 miles an hour. So yesterday, wind from the east in Boston at 20, wind from the southwest in Hyannis at 30. Oh my goodness, that's called a meso-scale weather event. Meso-scale means a smaller scale than a bigger scale is called synoptic. So yesterday's meso-scale, classic heating of the land, drawing the cooler air in off the ocean, and it was about 60 inland. I don't think we get to 60 on Cape Cod. It was actually cold, but it was warmer than the ocean. The ocean's only about 40, 43 degrees right now, right? It's just starting to warm up. So that differential heating of the land compared to the water creates those localized winds. Anyhow, now we're going to go more to synoptic scale, following a beautiful afternoon of what is T-Rex doing in front of Eric Fisher at Fenway Park, 17-0. Oh my God, Red Sox and Bruins and Celtics all handing us a victory yesterday. Anyhow, at the end of the Bruins game, I looked at the Severe Storm Prediction Center and I said, oh my goodness, there's a tornado watch, that red outline all the way from Illinois to Texas. What a terrible weather day. 2 of severe weather in the middle of the nation. Among the many towns hit hard by severe weather is Sulphur, Oklahoma, with inches of rain in a very short time, and tornadoes and hail. Terrible situation in the middle of the nation. That's called synoptic scale. That's a clash of colder air now moving into the Rockies, where there was a snowstorm in Colorado yesterday, and the warmer air coming out of Texas, talking about summertime warmth, temperatures in the 90s and very humid. Now, in New England, that weather is coming at us, but it's running into ridging, and some of the showers and storms survived the trip over the ridge last night. So this morning, well, yesterday, here's Jay Peak yesterday. I got to sneak in some skiing. Jen on the Vermonter, Josh and Jen had a great day of skiing with the family yesterday at Jay. Well, anyhow, this morning at Jay Peak, the lifts were on hold due to thunderstorms to start the day in northern Vermont. Did not see that coming. Thunderstorms in Vermont. They came over the top of the ridge, and it's a clash of air masses. This is the advance of warmer air now replacing the colder air in New England. And it's not going to be an easy day for forecasting. So those showers and thunderstorms are moving to the east and towards the southeast. That flow aloft, if you remember that time lapse just a minute ago, is from the west to northwest. And so today we're having a warm front. The red line is a warm front that is the leading edge of new, warmer air that's going to be, for the most part, in New England for the next week or so anyway, even though it's going to be dented at one point. And that warm front generating showers and thunderstorms today. Here's the high-resolution rapid refresh guidance for today. And you see the showers and storms developing and moving kind of from west-northwest to east-southeast. So any one of us may get a shower and a thunderstorm today. We get the sun to come out. We may have some rainbows, too, this evening. It looks like they want to hold on all the way into Boston. All right, look at the lilac here. Lilacs are going to be blooming soon, and they're going to get watered off and on this week. So initially, we're going to have the temperature go up into the 60s today, it looks like, especially where we get some sunshine. And without as much sunshine, we probably have less gusty southwest winds. We were really gusty yesterday. It was a kind of a challenge keeping the fire brush burning season here in the pit area there. And we still have more work to do. As you can see, it's a work zone here in the South Dennis Worm Farm area. All right, so today we have the scattered shower and a thunderstorm. Now tomorrow, I think we're all on the warmer side of the front, but then there's going to be a cold front coming into at least central and northern New England on Tuesday, and that's going to be another boundary that can trigger some showers and thunderstorms. It's a really tricky situation. So if we go to the big picture now of the maps going forward over the next 10 days, pivotal weather using the Euro here. So there, the storms of the Midwest still going up through the Great Lakes and then dropping a front through here tomorrow afternoon. But ahead of that front, we should still get into the 60s. All right, timeout osprey. We got osprey, all kinds of them. The birds here, just tremendous. All kinds of osprey and crows. All right, back to that. So it looks like we may get a little bit damp here on Tuesday into Wednesday. There's sort of a backdoor cold front. That means the colder air comes in from eastern Canada and down through Maine into Massachusetts, and that cooler air undermines the warm air. And anytime you get the collision of air masses, you can end up with showers and a thunderstorm, and much cooler air with a wind from the east and the northeast here on Tuesday into Wednesday. And then that front probably lifts to the east and out, and still a very active pattern with storms coming out of the Midwest and going into Canada. But the problem is, it looks like some high barometer cold is going to move into eastern Canada, and we may have another low developing on a front just to our south, even though it looks like a very subtle front that could cause wet weather here again next to, say, Saturday or so. Not good timing on that one, huh? And then on Sunday and Monday, we get into warmer air briefly, but then on days 10, day 9 and 10, that's now out there around Tuesday, May 7th, another cold high comes into eastern Canada, and that's when we'll dry it out again. So the big difference between what's happening in the last few days, yesterday the dew point was in the 20s down here, very dry air, and now the dew point's going to go up into the 50s. So whenever you get a dew point in the 50s, that's just enough moisture, if you have the lift and the convergence, which we have with this warm front coming in, to get a shower and a thunderstorm. So the biggest difference now, warmer pattern until foreseeable, for the foreseeable future, except for that low-level chill on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then showers and thunderstorms. So we probably do not have to water our gardens, I don't think, even though it has been dry for a few days. Things are changing quickly here. Seasons advance, and yesterday we took care of a lot of the branches. We had so many windstorms this winter, and the oak trees are so hurt, and you know about that. So our and more from yesterday is just kind of fiddling around here in the backyard, bird watching, and going down, look at the osprey down there in Bass River at Horsefoot Cove, where it ended up a little colder than I thought yesterday. So anyhow, a lot in here. Talked to Joe Joyce yesterday for a while. I'm sure you're watching and go, Tim, too long. It's too long. You got to shorten these things. But Joe, it's so much fun. I can't stop. Anyhow, it's still more of a hobby than a job, but we're going to transition towards job and hobby combined, as it always has been with my life. Weather has always been my hobby, and I have a great career of forecasting, and I love the gardening, and we're going to start pushing gardening and outdoors stuff, you know, anything from surfing to skiing to fishing to gardening to birding, anything you do outdoors. We go out the door. What door is it going to be tomorrow? You'll have to tune in and find out. Talk to you then. Parked in the shade for T-Rex today at the 02660 noontime. Just gorgeous. April 27th. It was 29 degrees this morning. Now it's 61 degrees here in South Dennis on the hill where I grew up. This was trees when I was a kid. There was a Harney's right there. Now Harney's is inside Ring Brothers. I don't even know if it exists anymore, but Ed running Ring Brothers. Great marketplace here in South Dennis where the ornamental pear trees couldn't look better. I think it's almost hachoo season, right? Today's video brought to you by the USPS. In need of every penny we can give them. Huh, T-Rex, how's your day? Want to go to Bass River? Let's check out Bass River and see if we can find some more osprey. Some blackbirds walking this beautiful boardwalk connecting Horsefoot Cove Bass River Marina. Boats are coming in. People are coming down. It's still April. There's the edge of that storm impacting the middle of the nation. Clouds are increasing. A little bit breezy here on the south side, but very nice considering it was 25 degrees colder a few hours ago. A few oysters maybe down there. Maybe. And this osprey family has been here for quite some time. Starting the 2024 brood. I think they've been here for about maybe 4 weeks now. No, 5 weeks. I don't know how the territory works. They'd rather get a utility pole up the street than take that well-intentioned platform right there. What's down there, Rex? What are all those holes in the ground? Fiddler crabs in there. Where are they? They're hiding from us. And a lot of Earth Day stuff going on too, T-Rex. Citizens of Dennis out there picking up. And every day's Earth Day, right? So we're gonna do some Earth Day cleaning ourselves here at the Johnny Kelly Recreation Area. That's the headquarters for the cleanup effort today. Who's that, Rex? Cleaner upper. Scott, a 9-to-5er. He's out there 9 to 5. I'm more like noon to 4. Working on the, I like to call it a worm farm, but it's not producing that too much worms, but I'm certainly composting most of the neighbors' leaves and grass from about 3 yards. We turn it into stage 1, that's the first pile. Stage 2 and 3, it's a year, 2, 3 years old. And then once it gets to 4 years old, the worms have completely done their job. And I've got a yard of pretty good loam right here, more than a yard. So I don't pay to go to the gym. I don't pay to have my leaves removed. I don't pay to get loam. It covers all these things, producing these worms. And fun. And that pile will be gone, and then I can start using this to plant seed or whatever I want. Spread mulch in the gardens, make the gardens richer. All organic. Bunch of garlic over there. I'm gonna mow garlic. Wait till you smell this neighborhood. Yeah, it's kind of windy. You did it! Nothing like a Christmas tree. That's only about 3 branches of the Christmas tree. It's right there. Speaking of burning, here comes the burner, the big burner himself. That the sticks land in his yard, the sticks land across the street, and that's a problem too. I can't believe he's putting all those sticks in this shiny, beautiful truck. Oh, it's sad. You know, Christmas gone by. See ya. Will the foam part burn too? I had a boss once that said there's no there. When you're working, you say you're almost there. You're never there, because there's always more and more and more.
Old, they didn't even come down here anymore. So they may be on the verge of something.
The trees are starting to sway. Getting kind of windy.
I love looking at the satellite photo this morning and actually seeing the clouds come over us, the outer perimeter there.
Yeah,
cool.
You get some shark gills right there. So how's hurricane season going to be this year?
It's going to be another great one. This is our year. I have a feeling.
You want a hurricane.
I want a hurricane.
You're crazy.
And my buddy in Florida, who's already been through 3 since he moved down there, saying, you don't want a hurricane.
I don't want a hurricane. I don't. I like my roof.
Cape Cod will turn into the blue tarp community.
5 o'clock. Rex just came out of the house. He just grabbed the leash. He's going the other way. He's looking for you. Today's efforts are all in remembrance of Mark Grimason. We lost way too soon. Mark was a definite contributor out the door, whether or more, and has a lot to do with this worm farm and much of the love that's in this neighborhood. Love you. Miss you, Mark.